Welcome to today's video. My name is Rose if this is your first time here, and today I'm just gonna kind of go through my 2026 planners and start to kind of brainstorm how I'm gonna use each page. So I have some sticky notes and yeah, we're just gonna kind of talk through this. I was gonna do this anyway and I figured I may as well film it because I love hearing people's ideas on how they're gonna use their planners, so I thought perhaps some of you would enjoy hearing me brainstorm, and also this way I can crowdsource ideas from you all in the comments. So definitely leave me a comment if you have any ideas for me, and let's get started. So I have my current planners off to the side too, so we can like kind of compare how I'm currently using things and kind of discuss maybe what's working and all that jazz. But I have my three main planners that I am intending on using next year. So I have a Hobonichi Weeks, I have a Hobonichi A6 Original Techo, and I have the Sterling Ink A5 Vertical Full Year Common Planner. And this is brand new to me, so I'm really excited about this. I am also going to be using a second Weeks next year, which I have actually already done some of the setup and have already begun using, but this is a work planner, so probably won't be sharing this hardly ever on my channel, but I will just show you how I set it up. Just a couple of little stickers. I might add a 2026 sticker when I get them. And then I added a little bit of vellum in here, and I do intend on putting tabs. I just haven't gotten them yet. I ordered tabs from the Coffee Monster Co. last week when she released the new colors, so that should be coming to me hopefully in a few weeks. Okay, where do we want to start? Let's start with the Techo because I think this is the simplest one. Because I think I pretty much know already how I'm going to use this. Well, actually, before we kind of go in them individually, let's actually talk about the covers, okay? So I have already been playing around with how I want to decorate the covers because that's like one of my favorite parts about planner setup. So these are stickers that I have pulled out of my bigger collection that I think I want to use or could use. These two are like, I'm absolutely gonna use these. How freaking cool are these? These are actual Sailor Moon stickers from 2001, from when I was how old was I in 2001? Like six or 7 years old. I was a huge Sailor Moon fan as a kid. So I had all these like trading cards and I guess a bunch of stickers. I have a bunch of these, but these are the two that well, actually this one too. Anyway, these are from when I was a little kid and I found them a couple months ago at my parents' house. I found a little box that had all of my Pokemon cards and my Sailor Moon cards. I had some Barbie trading cards. It was a really awesome stash to find. But these Sailor Moon stickers were like the biggest score of all. So I definitely want to use this Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury sticker. And what I was trying to decide is if both of them go on the common planner or if one goes on each of them. And I'm kind of starting to lean towards this. So probably that's going to happen. And then I also really want to put this BMO sticker on my common planner. I think BMO looks so cute floating like this on here. I'll definitely have like a TCMC 2026 sticker, which will probably be like roughly that size. But I was thinking I Love Stickers could go on here possibly because this is going to be like a creative planner. I also have the Demon Sword from Adventure Time, which I actually thought would be cool to have with Sailor Moon. You know, I don't know, something like that. And then I just have like some various Sticky Rice Co. and other little cutesy vinyls that I really like. Like I really like this one. This one I think I do probably want to put on my Sterling Ink. This stamp one I've had for a few years now. I think that's adorable. This is from Unicorn Eclipse. This Lemonade. Dreamland. This bunny butt. I've been saving this one for something prominent. So I think maybe this one belongs on a cover this year. Drink sipper, I love that. And then I also have this Prismo sticker. This is also Adventure Time if you don't know. And I believe that this sticker might glow in the dark. So that could be kind of cool on here. Anyway, I'm definitely not going to make final decisions on my covers right now, but just show you guys kind of what I'm thinking. I love this. Locked In. Okay, so the stickers that I definitely want to use are Locked In, BMO, oops, there's a hair, Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, and probably this one. These are my, like, definites. And then these are, like, everything else that I'll use to kind of fill in gaps. So that's kind of what we're working with the covers. So we can go ahead and put those aside for now. There's also, this one's cool, but these are actually 3 separate stickers, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird to mix the hollow with the matte. I mean, I know this is hollow, but I mean, like, because these are both Sailor Moon. Anyway, so let's look at the Techo first. This is also a new planner to me. I have not used the A6 original before, or any original. Did they actually make the original in any other size? I don't know. I'm blinking. And for a while, I was kind of like not entirely sure how I wanted to use this planner, but I think I've decided that this is going to be a creativity journal for me. So the reason I got this initially was because I felt like sometimes I was running out of space on my daily pages in my Cousin, because I use my Cousin functionally, but I also use it as a creative space. So I thought I wanted something separate where I could be more expressive, and like a place to dedicate to like playing around with stationery and that kind of thing. That was my original plan. And then I was going back and forth about maybe making this my like daily to-do planner, and then dedicating the common planner to being fully like memory keeping and that kind of thing. But I think I've decided that I am going to use the common planner basically the exact same way I've been using my Cousin the past 2 years, which is a catch-all and a little bit of memory keeping. And I am going to use this for creative things. So let's open it up. Okay, so we have the year at a glance. I don't foresee myself doing anything with this. Then we have these month spreads. So here's what I'm thinking, okay? I think I'm going to challenge myself to try to do some kind of creative exercise every single day next year. And this journal is how I'm going to document that. So I think I'm going to maybe use the My 100. Wait, is there even a My 100 in here? Am I tripping out? Yeah, there is. So I think I'm going to use the My 100 to come up with about 100 creative exercises. And what I mean by that, I mean like, it could be like creative writing, like a fiction prompt, a poetry prompt. It could be doodling, drawing, mixed media, scrapbooking, collage. I'm trying to come up with other ways I could think of like dance exercises, because I am a dancer, in a way that can then be recorded in here. So maybe things involving choreography, like choreography exercises, stuff like that. Obviously there's more than 100 days in the year. So I'm thinking like I could go about it 2 different ways, right? I could either every day like spin a wheel or something and pick something from here, or every day I just do something creative and I refer to this list if I'm like struggling to come up with something like that. So basically I'm going to use the My 100 for ideas. So since I'm not actually going to set up my planners right now, I'm just using sticky notes to like give myself notes. And I think this could be a really fun way to use this journal next year. To kind of broaden my creativity as an artist. Because, like I mentioned, I'm a dancer, but in the last couple years, I've definitely gotten more into paper crafts and that sort of thing. And I'm getting more into crocheting and trying to advance my artistic skills in other mediums outside of dance. So I think this could be fun. So that's basically the main thing I'm going to be using this planner for. So let's go back to the beginning. So possibly what we could put here is just a record of what kind of exercise I did each day, like writing, drawing, like all the things I just mentioned previously. So that's the only idea I have for this page so far. Because I don't know. I don't know what else I would do here that needs to be like documented by date. You know what I mean? So, we're gonna just say like log of type of exercise. I did. And I think that will be good. And then we have the monthlies. So I think I have two different ideas here. The first is doing kind of a monthly challenge, which is basically how I use my weeks right now. My weeks is my health and habits tracker. And every month I kind of give myself a mini challenge or just a set of goals. Like this month, it's about studying Korean. So it's basically a mini game, right? So I could either do that in the context of creativity, so a creative challenge. So apart from just doing something creative every single day, I could then even more specifically every month focus on some like a specific aspect of creativity, like a specific medium or a theme, something like that. So that could be what we use the monthly spread for. So let me write that down. I'm just going to write monthly challenge a la weeks because I'll know what that means. Or another simple thing I was thinking is we do a sticker a day because I do love doing a sticker a day. Or I don't know. Those are really the only things that are coming to mind. And I'm definitely leaning towards doing the monthly challenges. Or I guess I could, every month I could decide. If I don't feel like doing a specific challenge, I could just do a sticker a day. Yeah, maybe. Let's just use one sticky note. We don't need to waste sticky notes. Or a doodle a day. I've seen people do doodles a day, but the thing is, I suck at drawing. So I feel like a doodle a day would potentially make me depressed because I'll just be frustrated. But that's kind of the point of this journal, is to like become more confident in my artistic ability. So maybe I do force myself to do a doodle a day. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. And then dailies, we know what we're going to do with that. So let's take a look at the back again and see if there's anything else that we want to consider. So I think you do get, you get a couple blank pages. So I suppose if there's anything else I want to track, I could create a tracker on these pages, but I don't see myself really needing to track things for this because again, it's just like stretching my creative muscles, my imagination basically. Yeah, I don't need the timetable. We're gonna use the My 100 for ideas. I don't usually use a lot of the pages in the back of the Hobonichis. I do think we could use the 365-day checkoff to track whether or not I actually followed through with doing this every day. I've learned in the last 3 years of using Hobonichi planners that I am terrible at keeping up with this page. And I definitely think it's because it's at the back of the planner. So I don't know if I'll actually do it, but I do think that is a good idea for this page. Yeah. So I think that's that planner. Pretty simple, not that much needed in there. Okay, let's go into this one. This will probably be, well, I don't know, the weeks and this one. There's a lot to think about in here. So, Common Planner is replacing my Hobonichi cousin. Mostly just because I wanted to try something a little new and I wanted to experiment with having a more minimalistic looking spread. Because, like I just mentioned, I don't use a lot of the extras in the back of Hobonichis. So we're going to try this out and see how this works for me this year. So I got I think it's called Mr. Sky. Not going to lie, I thought the blue was going to be a little bit lighter than this is, but that's okay. I do still think it's really pretty, and I think it will look cute with this one. So we talked about stickers. I am going to put this vellum in here. I'm about like 95% sure this is what I want to put on this inside cover. Cute little vellum from TCMC. I have no idea when I bought this vellum. I have a bunch of TCMC vellums that I kind of forgot about. I'm like, I don't even remember the last time I purchased a vellum from Helen, so I've had these for a while. So yeah, I think that will make a very cute inside cover. So this is my catch-all. This is like my main planner. So we have our calendar. I'll probably just leave this. Maybe I'll get, if Helen does the big sticker again, maybe I'll do that. However, last year, I was going to say it was traumatizing. That's really dramatic to say, but I fucked up putting it down last year, and it makes me mad every time I open it. Do you see this? I don't know how much you can actually tell. Look at that. I just like blew it when I put this sticker down. So wrinkled. So maybe I can skip that this year and avoid messing it up again. All right, then we have a couple, is it just this one spread? Just one blank spread? Okay, so we have one blank spread here, which my gut instinct is to just make this kind of a title page, like decorate it, make it pretty, possibly vision board-esque. Or this is, no, I was gonna say, or this is where we put goals, but the thing about Sterling Ink is like, she gives you a ton of different ways to break down goals, so it doesn't make sense to try to put goals on a blank page. So yeah, I think this is probably gonna be just a deco spread. Mood board, question mark? Or vision board, I should say. Mood board. Vision board. Yeah. Okay, so we have this goal breakdown page, and then there's also yearly tracker and then quarterly trackers. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so we have like overview, yearly, and quarterly. I have never used a spread like this for goals, so I'm just trying to think. So I guess she suggests that you're breaking down your goals by these time frames, obviously. Someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. My brain would want to flip the order of these, to be honest. Because if you're putting like the goal and then like the things you will do to work towards that goal in each of these time frames, I would put daily over here. That's just me. Not a big deal. I could also very easily white out those headers and change these columns into anything I want. So I do see myself using this spread as my like long-term goals, like not necessarily goals that I plan on achieving in 2026, but like, you know, life goals. Life goals. That's what I'm looking for. So let's just write that. And then yeah, we can just put like specific tasks to work towards those things. Specific actions. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. So I'll probably do, you know, like work, financial, personal, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, and then the yearly tracker. I think what I want to do here, in the cousin, this was kind of, I guess the cousin equivalent to these pages, which I haven't really, I fill them out usually like at the beginning of the year, and then I never refer to them. Like I'm always like, oh, I'll just put, you know, my important dates. I never refer to this. So I don't think I need to use it as any kind of calendar type situation. And I don't usually do a lot of tracking in the cousin because my weeks is dedicated fully to tracking. But with that caveat, I do think I want to use this to track like social things. Not like, oh, I had a party this day, but more so, where is, one moment, let me just grab my last year weeks to better illustrate, I think, my idea. Okay, so weeks have a page like this. So what I was doing last year in here is, these were things that I just wanted to do more of, so I tracked when I did them. And something I would really like to do more of next year is be more social, get out more, touch more grass, that kind of thing. So I think we could mark like days I stay at home. Here, I'm going to say time spent. Home all day. Saw friends. Party. And probably some other things, but like that's kind of where I'm going with this idea, you know, so I can see like, oh, okay, in January I left my house, other than going to work. Work is like the caveat, right? Because I do leave my house like 5 times a week to go to work. I can see, you know, oh, I like literally didn't hang out with people last month other than my boyfriend who I live with. So this month I need to make a point to reach out to friends and hang out, you know, that kind of thing. Because that's something I'm not great at. I'm a little introverted, but I do love my friends and I have a lot of friends, which I'm super lucky to have. So I want to be a better friend and see people more and hang out with people more and just be more proactive about experiencing things with people I love. So I want to make this page something that kind of motivates me to do that. So that's kind of where I'm going with this family. Yeah, like when did I see my family? That's another one. Travel. That kind of thing. So I think that's kind of how I'm going to use this, so that at the end of the year I can see like, oh wow, look at how often I was hanging out with my friends. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can actually keep up with that. Okay, quarterly. We have a priorities, then by the month, and then this situation. So I think we can use this as like, you know what? Actually, I think this would be good for house projects. House projects and house routines, because that's something that I'm not great at. And that kind of fits along with how I use my cousin, like on a day-to-day, weekly basis, like with my weekly spread. So that could be good. Yeah. Projects, goals, that kind of thing, you know, like keeping track of when we changed the air filters and when we last, you know, deep cleaned the carpets, that sort of stuff, as well as, you know, maybe I can use this to get better at my weekly routines. This page, we could do two things. We could track birthdays and dates I need to remember here, but like I mentioned, I've been doing that in my cousin the last 2 years and I never ever refer to it, so that might just be kind of a waste of time. Or we just use this to help with this and actually track the dates that we accomplished certain things. Yeah, so maybe this is like the goal and this is what actually happened. Plan versus record, I guess you would say. Yeah. Oops. Whatever. Okay. Something like that. That's kind of vague, but gives me some kind of an idea of what I could use this for, what I might use this for. All right, and then my monthlies, I'm going to use the same way I've been using, so I don't even need to write that down. I use my monthly spreads as memory keeping. I just, you know, kind of highlight the bigger things that happened throughout the month, and I usually note some highlights, that sort of thing. So I'm going to keep doing that. My weekly spread, also not really going to change other than the things that have to change because the layout is different. Take a look at my current... Look how chunky my cousin has gotten. It's kind of insane. Yeah, so this is just a very functional spread for me. It's my schedule to do, general to-do list. The only thing that I was considering possibly trying out, because this time blocking is only till midnight, which is a good thing because I don't, as you can see, I never time block beyond midnight. Instead of putting my daily to-do list on the daily pages, I could maybe just put my daily to-do list down at the bottom, but then I don't have enough room to decorate a lot. And I will say, I know it's not functional, but decorating my weekly spread is one of the like keystones to my planner routine staying consistent. I enjoy decorating, so it keeps me consistent. So I hesitate to take that away. Obviously I can still decorate, right? There's still space to decorate, but I love doing stuff at the bottom of my spreads. Like that's my favorite thing to do in here. So I don't know. Just a thought. And then in that case, the daily pages, which are undated, so they're not technically daily pages. There's 368 blank pages at the back of this book, so enough for every day. The daily pages can really be anything I want, but I think they will be mostly journaling, and pretty general journaling that is more like a record of what happened in my day, what I did, and not so much like deep thoughts or anything like that, because I do have a diary journal where I keep my, personal thoughts, but the daily pages can just be more of a record of my life, slash my to-do list, because like right now my daily pages are whatever I need them to be each day. Some days it's to-do list, journaling, this, I use them for a variety of things. So I like that these are completely blank because I can truly do whatever I want. And I think that's it. There's nothing really at the back of these. So that's the Sterling ink common planner, my catch-all daily guy. And then last but not least, let's talk about how I'm going to use my weeks. I got the really cute Port at Dawn. I think that's what this is called. Or Port at Kumamoto Bay, something like that. Cover, love it. I grabbed this vellum for the inside cover. I thought, the sky theme went well. And this one I know I've had for a long time. This was like the 2023 birthday collection or something. So had this vellum for years. And I think that's going to be super cute. So this will be my third year using a Hobonichi Weeks. And I'm going to use it the same way I've used it the previous 2 years, which is a health and habits tracker. So I did order tabs, so I'll have tabs like this. And I ordered the color scheme that Helen specifically made for this cover. Just so great. So really, I call it health and habits, but basically this is the planner that's just about my personal development. So this year I've been using this spread to track my steps and I don't like it. I really wish I had tracked my steps a different way. But like I showed you in that other one, my older one, the hobbies, I loved doing this, and I did this for 2 years before I switched to tracking steps here, and I think I want to go back to doing something like this, just the specific things that I track will change. And I was considering making it more fitness focused, but I don't know, maybe more hobby focused, maybe more fitness, or maybe just more general like I did last year. So I'm just gonna write same as 2023-24. So that's what I will do there. And then we're on the monthly pages. I showed you earlier, I've been doing monthly challenges. I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't think I even need to write that down. Yeah, because I'm pretty set on that. And then we have the weekly pages, which also probably won't really change how I use them. Show you my current spread. So this column is any health related things I want to know. Like if, I don't know, I had any weird symptoms, if I'm feeling sick, my period, headaches, that kind of thing, that goes there. I've been feeling pretty good this week, so there's nothing in those columns, but these are censoring what I wrote. So that's what that column is. This is where I track movement, and then this is a habit tracker, and this is kind of a mental health related tracker, and then this is related to my monthly challenge. So things here can change a little bit week to week. Sometimes I put specific tasks that I really need to do, but this is a little redundant because I keep this in the bigger planner. So that's not going to change. And then we have the notes section, which is where I've just been putting a variety of other trackers. So let's look through what I'm currently tracking, and I think we can maybe just make a little list of things that I would like to track next year. Not an exhaustive list, because I'm sure I'm going to think of more things before January. I guess we can just put it on this notes page. Okay, period tracker, we are not going to put in here next year because I stopped doing it because I track it digitally. Measurements, that also does not need to be in here. Skincare empties, yes, absolutely. I've done this for the past few years and I love doing it. Definitely going to do that one again. Am I in frame? Yeah. Baking bucket list and baking log, definitely doing again. This has been so fun. I think I have something I need to add here. Oh yeah, I made a pie last week. I need to add that. Can I check that off? Oh yes, pumpkin pie. Let's do this right now or I'll forget and not do it later. Get the right pen. I made an awesome pumpkin pie last week. I don't remember where I got the recipe though, and I don't remember the exact date, so I'll fill that in at another point. Okay, baking log. And the bucket list. Movies watched. I don't know why I ever thought I was going to keep up with that. My boyfriend and I watch a lot of movies. I haven't, yeah. Crystal purchases. It was a really good thought. I have not kept up with it. But I also haven't made that many purchases, so it's a stupid thing for me to track. Crochet projects. Wish I would have done this. I'd never really set it up. So I probably won't set it up next year, or I won't keep up with it at least. New washies, yes, definitely gonna do this again. It's fun to see and easy. And that is it. Oh, that's just ideas, which is usually what I use the rest of the notes for, just like random brainstorming. All right, anything else that I want to track in here? Let's think. I was considering tracking stationery purchases, but anything involving purchases, I feel like I should just do digitally because I do already have a digital budget. So maybe that just needs to be done separately. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. I had the idea and then it just like completely poof disappeared from my brain. Oh, planner weight. Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. did this year, and I wanted to do it this year and then I forgot, but she tracked how much her planner weighed month to month after, you know, adding all the stationery and stuff, which I think is so fun. So I kind of want to do that, and I think I want to track like all of my planners, just because why not? I have a small scale, you know, that's just kind of for fun. Those are the only things I can think of right now. Obviously, I can come back and add more. I was about to stick this in here. Okay, and then we have the My 100 in here. And the last couple years, I have put basically just like a yearly bucket list here. and have done a horrible job of following through with it. So I think we need to come up with something new this year. I asked this question in a video like a month or so ago in my Hobonichi haul, and I got so many comments with so many great ideas for how people use the My 100. So if you want to see some good ideas for the My 100, you should definitely go look at the comment section of that video. I'll try my best to remember to link that video in the cards here. So I'm probably going to go back to that video and look at the comments to get some ideas. But right off the top of my head, there are a few that I'm definitely considering. One is a seasonal bucket list. So breaking things down by, you know, spring, summer, fall, and winter, like seasonal activities you would like to do. So I thought that was a really cute idea. And then somebody else gave me the idea of tracking like things that they see in their neighborhood, observations of their backyard, like nature, that kind of thing, which I think is really cool. Nature in the yard. And then I had the idea, thinking about this, to take it a step further, because I live in a highly populated townhouse community. There's like a bajillion people that live here. So I see a shit ton of dogs. And I thought, what if I tracked all of the dogs that I see in my neighborhood? I know that low-key sounds creepy. Not in a creepy way. Just in a I freaking love dogs way. So I thought maybe, I don't know, is that weird? Neighborhood dogs? I mentioned this to my boyfriend and he said, like, you could track all the dogs that I meet. So, like, I only get to write the dog down if I introduce myself to the people and, like, pet the dog and get the dog's name. But I'm introverted. I don't go up to people very often. I only, like, really meet the dogs if, like, they happen to be walking past my house as I'm walking outside. But yeah, I think that could be fun. Neighborhood dogs. Trying to think what other ideas really stuck out to me from that video. I don't know. There are a ton, but these are the three that popped up in my head first. But yeah, definitely go check out that video if you want to see some people's suggestions. You guys are so creative. I love when you guys leave comments like with suggestions on how to use planners on my videos. So with that being said, I think that is basically everything. There is a 365-day checkoff sheet in the weeks. I have failed to use this the last couple years. Maybe I'll use it. I don't know what I would use it for. So I'm just going to leave that blank for now. So yeah, this was helpful for me. Just speaking through these ideas out loud is actually really helpful. So thank you for listening to me yap. If you've made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Please give this video a like. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.